Good morning, everyone. Jeanette Byro here. I'm a medium and a cosmic channeler, and welcome to your Galactic Thursday, where I will tune in to my galactic guides and see what's in store. Now, what's really interesting is this week we've had a lot of galactic presence already. So I'm really curious who's going to be here today, who's ready to chat. And I have not done any pre-tune in yet. So we're just going to see who's here. So I'm going to close my eyes and just tune in and we'll just go from there. So hold on one sec. Okay, this is so interesting. Wow, this went really deep, really fast. Okay, this is coming from my Galactic Council. So my Galactic Council is made up of a lot of different types of beings. There's Pleiadians, Arcturians, Mantis, Lyrans. There's many. So I just group them as my council. They're coming forward. They're wanting to acknowledge the lock and key that came through in the message on Monday, I believe it was. And the table's turning. And this energy that we're feeling that is creating almost like a tornado-like experience. So I'm going to break all this down because again, like I said, they went far and fast right away. So this week we are set to have like a lock and key experience where we hold the key and we have access to the lock, right? So we're not being blocked, but here's the thing. With this whirlwind kind of energy that's at play right now, and we're seeing this in the earth, we're seeing it in the Schumann resonance, we're seeing this in the cosmos. This is the spinning energy. Almost picture it like, do you remember the Tasmanian Devil in Looney Tunes before when Tasmanian Devil Taz would get crazy and just like spin into a tornado and just, hit everything and demolish everything? That energy is this old, outdated programming. And they showed me that this outdated programming has actually been in effect for a long time. And it has come from, this is why I'm saying it goes deep, has come from a, let's say a nefarious race of ETs, we could call it grays. Again, I don't want to name names in a sense like that. It's not about that, but I do know that the grays, for example, the particular nefarious ones, okay, have a hive mentality, meaning everybody becoming kind of worker bees, right? This hive mentality. And although that's beautiful for bees and ant colonies and such, that kind of galactic energy of these worker bees for the higher elite group to benefit from is breaking down on our planet. And what's really interesting is we've gained a lot of technology from these different ET races that don't have humanity's highest good in the forefront of their dealings with Earth. Okay. And what we've received from those over the decades previous have also brought with it this doubling down of this sort of hive mentality of this is what you do, this is why you do it, this is what you should do. It's like staying in these boxes, right? Boxes of being a servant, so to speak. Now, what's happening with the higher energy frequencies coming in from different Pleiadians and Arcturians and so on, plus with the solar energy, we're being brought to this much higher level of consciousness, which we've talked a lot about. What that's doing though, as that level of consciousness is rising, they're showing me it kicks up these dirt devil energies, if I could put it that way, these old frequencies that have had their place on the planet. As we start picking those weeds out and kicking up dirt a little bit, it exposes these little energy pieces in and around our world, in the systems, in, relationships, in internal dialogue, and the different ways that we do things. It's kicking them up right now. So it feels like there's a whole bunch of little like dirt devil tornadoes going on everywhere. And I would imagine many of you are feeling that internally. Some are seeing it in your external environment, in your world, in your relationships. It's kicking this up, though, to be seen and to be seen and acknowledged as something that no longer applies to this frequency. And just like anything, When you're trying to tear something down to create something new, if I use the garden analogy again, in order to weed your garden, you have to get dirty, right? Like you pretty much have to get dirty. And there's a value in that getting dirty. You receive micronutrients and minerals and all of that kind of stuff, beneficial bacteria. Same thing here. We have to kind of get dirty to clean these things out. We have to go in the depths. We have to explore them. We have to experience it, but we get value from it. We learn new pieces of wisdom. We learn new levels of consciousness. We unlock different codes. We release different karmic bonds from, cosmic and also biological ancestry. So all to say, there's so many things going on right now, and that has been a big burden. But what my Galactic Council is saying is this doesn't take away of the fact that you do hold the key and the lock is available. And so what I'm getting is the energy from like today into the weekend. It's like we have to give it to the weekend. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to release all of this stuff. And I feel like many of you will experience different 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 versions of what a purge can be. It doesn't have to be drastic and scary, but it just means like you may have an urge to clean out your house. You may have an urge to go through your wardrobe. You may have an urge to change your dynamics in your family system. You may have an urge to, really sit down with yourself and just write out everything you've been holding. Like it's this desire to release stuff. And something they're showing me that can really help that process of release too, though, is really hydrating yourself so that you're also releasing energetically through your whole body. Okay, something else there. But they're saying do not be dismayed if you're feeling these dirt devil pieces coming up. They're really there not only to be seen and removed, but also as a big distraction. So don't get caught up in the distraction of it because there's so much more than that going on. So much more. And so again, with every piece that's coming up for you, they're like, look at it as a gift because it's showing you something new. It's asking you to look at something new. They're like, these energies are extremely intense because they're coming from every angle. And that's not for the faint of heart, but it creates massive transformation. And it's really what we're here for. So I'm just listening. Hold on. They're like, take it in stride. Double down on your awareness. Like this, honestly, this is not a time to be fluffy and light with yourself. It's not a time to try and convince yourself of certain stories or lies in a sense that make you feel better. It's about being really truthful and honest with yourself. And that can be a beautiful thing. That doesn't have to be a harsh thing. But the energy to honor falsities doesn't fit anymore. There's not a lot of energy left for it. It's chaotic. The energy for authenticity is ready to be rooted into, right? That's that cleared garden ready for planting, right? Or ready to help the things planted blossom. So that's kind of this energy that we're in right now. So they're like, just really keep your mind aligned with that. And they're saying, keep the communication open because again, I'm getting this really big presence, galactic guides for all of you. And in case you're wondering, like, which one are my guides? Who are my guides? It's really beneficial to just see like, where are you drawn to in the cosmos? Are you drawn to a particular planet, to a particular system, to a particular race that maybe you know of, right? Say they're Pleiadians, you're drawn to Pleiadians, you're drawn to water beings. Well, where are there water beings? Lots of places, but maybe they're Sirians, right? Maybe you're drawn to the Sirius star system. Again, just notice where you're drawn to, and there's a likelihood that you are receiving guidance from those beings right now. And there's a beautiful movement happening under the surface. So if I was using the Awakening Avalon Oracle deck right now, it would be that undercurrent card. So there's a stability in the movement under the surface right now. And that's where this lock and key is coming in. So don't be distracted by these dirt devils up here. Get down deep into yourself. Allow what needs to purge and process through you. Yes, and you will stand stronger in your power. There's something more. Hold on. Okay, and they're also saying, um, they're also clearing the path for new forms of communication to come in. And these new forms of communication are going to come in very vivid, tangible ways. And I'm getting that it's visual experiences. So that could be dream state, very vivid experiences of communicating with your guides, or very vivid signs and symbols in your daily life that can help you feel the validation from spirit, right? So again, if that's like ladybugs, you get ladybugs landing on you repeatedly, tangible ways. They're all about making things tangible now. It's about bringing this higher consciousness into their reality here, and they want to make that happen. So, again, don't be distracted by these dirt devil energies. You have to clean those out, clear those out. Don't take them personally, just see what they're showing you. And as you move through the energy of the weekend, you're going to start to be making deeper and tighter communications with your galactic guides. So they're saying a huge incoming wave of consciousness yet again. So you're going to notice your thought pattern really changes after these last 2 weeks of hectic energy. That is amazing. All right, everyone, I will leave that with all of you. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. And I look forward to connecting with you all tomorrow. So have a beautiful rest of your day.